Welcome, everybody. We're just getting set up. I think our internet is finally cooperating. Tarot fam, Super Nat Squad. I am Annabelle. I'm a psychic and tarot practitioner for over 35 years.
And I am Greg, aka Gregopedia, International Man of Mystery.
So welcome to Super Nat Saturday. I think this is our third one, right?
Well, technically fourth.
It's technically our fourth. We're working on some slogans and sign-offs and all kinds of cool stuff. So Super Nat Saturday, where vibes meet verification. What are we doing today?
Today, we are going to dig into psychometry with equal parts curiosity and common sense.
So make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the weekly deep dives. I did think we were going to do this one in production format, but we have one of our chickens, is one of our little chickadees, is going off to university tomorrow. And
Drums.
yes, you hear the drums. And we just had a lot of moving parts on that. So we've got a room full of boxes upstairs and some super fun stuff. So make sure that if you have questions, you drop them in the chat or the comments. Oh. That is actually going to come in handy when we're talking about psychometry. But if you have a burning question or would like to support the channel so we can scale these productions, super chats, super stickers are very much appreciated. And we set a goal for getting 10 $5 or more super chats, and that is going to absolutely fund some of our expeditions. We are already talking about some of our fun expeditions, but are you ready to get going, Greg?
Yes, let's do it.
So, and I'm going to shout out, we already got the first of our super stickers. So thank you very much, Zeph, or she's actually super chat. Thank you very, very much. If we do that, we are going to do a live ghost session from our living room tonight. There's some boxes all over the place. But when you do some moving and when you shuffle furniture around, not only does it disturb your dogs, but it also disturbs some of the spirits that are there. So we will see if maybe our good friend Chris would like to show up with the cat balls and your EMF detector.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
What do you think? Sounds like fun. Huh?
I'll just suit up for that.
Yeah, you could suit up for that. So we are going to be following this session with, oh, and thank you. I don't know how to say that. Texas Kit Kat. Texas Kit Kat. Thank you, Texas Kit Kat. Good to see you here. Yoo-hoo! So, we are going to follow up this live with a private class. It's going to be off YouTube, and we are going to be giving you the skills to do some of this. It's a really cool thing, the skills. This, you guys, I don't know if you saw this the other day. I found this. I bought them for my kids and when they were little, and I found this in Angus's room. We actually got in a fight over it. We were like pulling and pushing, and it was drama. So welcome. So let's
psychometry.
Oh, we could do psychometry on that. So let's talk a little bit about psychometry. So can objects remember? Letters, rings, photos, do they hold the echoes of their owners? So I'm talking ruby red slippers from Judy Garland, dresses from Marilyn Monroe. It could be your Aunt Tilly's china set, the any of that stuff, and anything, name it. Samurai sword. My parents actually found in one of the renovations in their house a NAZI, those German folks. One of their there was a dagger, it was ceremonial kind of thing.
They're the Navy daggers. They're all over the place.
Yeah,
they're like everywhere. It
was hidden in the wall though. It was like really weird. So we could like give that a little touch and check it out. So we're going to talk about the history. Surprisingly, there's not a super rich history on this. So we're going to be talking about some other things that are going on in this art of psychometry. So easy definition, psychometry is the ability to touch objects.
From the Greek, psyche, meaning soul, and the metron, meaning measurement. So, somebody's calling. Hello. Hi. Hello. Are you there? Mom? Is that you? I'm not watching TV. I'm practicing.
So go on with your.
Well, that was it. That was the definition. So the term got coined in 1842
We have our notes
by
over here.
physician Jonathan Buchanan.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's in that time frame of late 19th century where all that fun stuff where like mysticism is mixed in with science, and we have these weird pseudosciences like phrenology and mesmerism and it's like spiritual. What was it?
Spiritualism.
Theosophy.
Theosophy. Yes.
Madame Blavatsky.
Madame Blavatsky.
But then you also have that also interesting time where it's like you got like Dr. Joseph Kellogg in like Battle Creek, Michigan with his weird sanitariums and stuff like that. So it's that weird time where science didn't have any actual meaning or direction. It just was like, hey, this is science. Let's do it.
Yep. So I wanna acknowledge Juanita. Thank you so much, Juanita, bringing us up. We have now 2 donations on the clock. She is becoming a sugar mama. She's a sugar mama, though. Look how cute she is. Thank you, Juanita. So, guys, we will giddy up Buttercup and get going on this. Outer Limits says in the modern era, we have recorded on magnetic tape and silicon chips. So why would objects not only hold similar properties? And so Outer Limits, that is what many of the speculative minds regarding the theory of Atlantis have been talking. That's not quartz. I think that's aquatic agate. This, I believe, is aquatic agate. But any of the crystals, and that's what they believed. That's what some of the speculative minds believe about Atlantis, is that they programmed crystals to hold information, just like we record information on computer chips and in files, digital files, that kind of thing. So the idea behind it is really, really cool because it spawned way before we had computer chips. Really a neat idea. So let's talk about the history of this just a little bit. Oh, before we do that, I want to let you guys know we are really tinkering with the format of this channel. We've rewatched the old ones, and Greg was like, I don't like kind of going off the script and like talking to the audience. So we think we're gonna, moving forward, I think we're gonna like kind of,
I didn't want to do like one of those weird like webinars where like just the person just reading off of the PowerPoint and like reading in a monotone.
Cats was great.
So I loved it. It was much better than Cats.
It was much better than Cats. So yeah, we didn't want to be like, like we want this to be book reporty because we want to bring you guys some information. We want you to walk away with some knowledge. But at the same time, we felt like our personalities were not coming through as good as they do when we're it was off the cuff.
Like last week's my little thing. Like I love the topic. I thought it was interesting, but my delivery, I just felt like I was one of those guys doing like a 1980s videotape commercial for a used car lot.
Or like one of those 1980s dating things.
Come on. The videotape dating. So,
I really like cats.
Hello, my name is Greg. I like to play racquetball and I like to read a lot. Some people say that I am
Janine Melnick? Fuck you, Janine Melnick. So
I also play racquetball. So yeah, so we want to get more of a personality in it. So we figured we would study a little bit and then just come in and talk about it.
Yeah, it'll make more sense because you guys are going to get a really good sense of how Greg and I talk like on a regular basis. We are full-time weirdos.
Oh yeah, full-time
weirdos. So we'll have some fun with this. If you guys want to see us do things a little bit differently, just let us know. We 100% want to take comments and questions from you in the chat. So same rules apply. If it's just a question, all bold. If you want to be prioritized, do it in a super chat. You'll get us closer to that goal where we'll do a ghost session from the living room. We have new ghost equipment. That's why we want to do a ghost session, guys. Also, the veil is very thin at this time of year, moving into the Halloween season. So we can get a lot of access to a lot of our friends and dearly beloved that have gone on. So that's right, Zephyr. Woo! She didn't spell it quite the woo.
Do like capital, lowercase.
So let's talk a little bit about where this came from. So we already had the Greek beginning.
Yeah. So, well, this guy, Joseph Buchanan was his name?
Oh, I want to split the hairs on this. Quick definition: psychometry is also called token object reading. That is what the Theosophical Society calls it, I believe, strictly. It is the practice of holding or touching an object to sense its history, events, emotions, owners, places, that kind of thing. It's not to be confused with psychometrics, which is a psychological testing process. You may, if you look it up, find psychometers, and they are typically the ones that are involved in the psychological testing. It's completely different. It doesn't have anything to do with intuitive divining or anything like
We're
that.
testing the effects of negative reinforcement on psychic phenomena.
So some of the common objects people use: rings, watches, keys, clothing, letters, photos. In psychic crime detection, psychics will use objects from the missing person or the off the earth plane person, or any of that. Your hair is fine. Your hair.
My hair looks stupid.
It does not look stupid. So how readers do interpret this? They will sometimes see images, they'll sometimes hear sounds, they'll sense textures, emotional tones will come across: joy, grief, urgency, those kinds of things. So our first character in the psychometry world was
It is Baron Karl Ludwig von Reichenbach. Fun to say. So he was a German chemist, naturalist, and industrialist. I don't know how you can be both of those things.
That doesn't make sense.
And philosopher and all around.
Metallurgist too.
Like von Hector Villalobos, Chief
So
King of Spain.
He developed
Let me talk. You're always talking.
I'm not now.
No, you're not. So, because this is the guy I introduced, so I should talk about.
Go ahead. Okay.
Really, can I? So, yes. So, Mr. Reichenbach, Dr. Reichenbach, Baron von Reichenbach. He was
Metallurgist. I spelled it wrong.
I know you did.
Right.
So anyway, so he came up with this concept called the ode force. So it's so he figured that there's electromagnetism, radiation, gravity, nuclear forces, and well, no, not nuclear forces. That wasn't right enough. But like, so he thought that there was like this other force, another unseen force that can affect things, called the ode force, which is like the light force, which is basically the force in Star Wars, or psychokinetic energy, Ghostbusters lingo, whichever you want to describe to. Basically, it was almost like but it wasn't a conscious force. It was just another form of energy that existed that drove things. And if you get metals make magnetism, mass makes gravity. Well, why can't living things make their own energy also? That's kind of where he was coming from.
And you and I have discussed at length about how energy can't be created or destroyed. And before you had your supernatural experiences, like, you really questioned.
I had my first experience when I was like 9 years old, so I already had an idea.
But you did question, like, what happened when we pass on? Like, is it a switch that flips? Like, you would question that to me.
Yeah, but after reading a lot of stuff about like quantum theory and multidimensional existences, it kind of reshaped my imagining of that. That's a whole other story. It doesn't really tie into this energy that we're talking about. So but this is so. Like I said, this is like a neutral. It has, and like it's one of those things where it's that pseudoscience period where they start. So he makes up this energy that he has no way of measuring it or recording it, but he starts saying, well, it's got polarities, it's got cold and hot feeling and stuff like that. And so like it gives this kind of groundedness to the concept, to thinking it's some kind of a scientific sort of endeavor. And then this gets into other people like would read about it and then they say, oh, you know what, that kind of fits into the way I think is. And that's when this guy Joseph Buchanan comes up with psychometry and basically states that the objects maintain and retain energy, which he said was the odic force, which is the ode force that Reichenbach was talking about. And so now he's applying that to his thing, stating that the souls and stuff leave impressions on objects, which is derivative of the ode force. It is in contrast to what Reichenbach believed, because Reichenbach believed it was a neutral type of a force. It had no consciousness to it, but Buchanan is putting a consciousness to it, as do other people, because you start seeing it show up in other I don't want to say pseudoscience, but other mystical or spiritual beliefs at the time, that this ode force kind of
sciences, mystical sciences. So me personally, I really think that everything that we interface with. So, example, my tarot cards. I've used these for years. They're gonna have my stank all over it. They're gonna. People that inherit rings, things like that. So I believe that passes on. Product placement.
Yes.
We're always looking for sponsorships. So you have to do should I get a regular one? I got a regular one. We have like a whole selection. We have Dr. Pepper. Oh, we got to get little Dr. Peppers too. So Dr.
Pepper was involved in. No, he doesn't. Actually, Dr. Pepper does come up during this time, during that late 19th century, where it was believed to be a medicinal.
Yes.
Subject or medicinal tonic.
Edgar Casey believed that you could cure kidney issues with Coke syrup and water, not putting it in seltzer and water, but Coke syrup and water. He believed that you could cure a lot of kidney ailments with that.
But then again, that's also when cigarettes were nutritious.
They were, but Edgar Casey had quite a lot of success in medical practices. So Joseph Rhodes Buchanan, he is the person who coined the phrase psychometry, framed it as measuring the soul, and that brings us to the Dentons, which I do want to read this book.
The Soul of Things.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on
I'm sure
Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
So The Soul of Things, it was published in 1863, and they handed different natural objects, minerals, fossils to sensitives who described landscapes, errors, and events that were linked to those samples. So
and what was interesting is they would do the whole scientific thing where they would have the experimental stuff that they knew was about, and they had the control stuff, which was like just neutral objects that didn't have any psychic residue, and they were placed in these like containers, so they didn't actually handle the actual object. They were just reading what was inside of this box or whatever that they were trying to figure out what it was, and they had some success with it. Now, whether those people were coached beforehand or not, we don't know, but that's just. There was a lot of showmanship back then in the old Victorian era.
So ectoplasm.
There's
a great industry for ectoplasm. So
cotton was through the roof.
And just so you guys know what we're referencing. So there were staged seances that people would go to. at the turn of the century. Basically, they would have an individual, a psychic like me, but a psychic, and they would gather information. There was, it was very shystery. So they would gather information about the individual who's coming for the event. And they would feed that to the psychic, and then they would create the ectoplasm. It was
like glue and
cotton wool
or something like that,
and some kind of resin that was in it, and they would like have it come out of her mouth or out of her body, and the lights would go on and off. So books would be flying. I really
table wrapping was a big one.
Table wrapping, yeah, that was another one. The Fox sisters. We're going to talk about the Fox sisters on this channel. They were actually pretty cool with their little knocking Jeff that was in the walls. So now we're going to move on into the early 1800s and 1900s, and to be sure, they were trying to turn psychometry into a structured method. I think we have done so much better with remote viewing through the programs that we had in the United States Army here. I do think that they've been able to create some level of what am I trying to say?
Structure.
Structure. Yeah. I think they have been able to do that. We have been able to do that. So I'm curious if psychometry is one that we could kind of apply some of that to as well. See if we could create like a reporting format, something like that.
I'm sure it's very similar. I would assume it's very similar to controllable viewing, because instead of using a coordinate, you're actually having
right. But you don't have the
no. But if you did that, if you before you did like a psychometry reading, perhaps if you did do that whole putting the left brain to busy work while the right brain interacts and observe, that may give you a better.
I think so. I think so.
Psychometry.
Psychometry also confirms what I do with intentional cooking and intentional cocktail making, that kind of thing. So basically what I'm doing when I'm baking bread, making a meal for my family, trying to infuse it with some kind of manifestation or energy shift. I'm actually just focusing on that and putting it into the food. So, if someone builds a birdhouse, restores a car, rebuilds a house, they're going to put their psychic imprint into that. It's not only intention, but it's presence, it's proximity, all of those things. So I am do you believe in psychometry?
Perhaps. I mean, I think, if you have an object that, somebody takes it and they cherish it, like, it's a locket or a keepsake,
old doll,
or a keepsake, or an old doll, or a keepsake of something where, somebody has taken it and poured all their emotion into it. Like, it's their most beloved prized object, and something has to have sunk into it somehow. They have to have, if you want to look at the whole vibration thing, maybe there are vibrations of attuned to it, and now they are in sync with each other.
So you do believe in it?
Yeah. So perhaps I don't think every object has some kind of soul connection to somebody, but I think certain objects that are handled every day,
like my pen,
like your pen,
like my wand. So that is one of the things, my wand. That's one of the things that I did want to bring up in this. When I am reading cards, I am using this amethyst wand purchased from aliciawicker.com. Go get your crystals there. They're sound cleansed. Little promo for her. Sound cleansed. So when I'm actually touching the cards, I'm getting more information psychically from them. And it was a practice that Alicia and I kind of explored and exploited together, because in remote viewing, we will draw our ideograms and then touch them either with our finger or a pen to get more information. You just get the images come through, the sounds come through, the emotions, all of that. when Alicia started selling these crystal wands, I said, I wonder if we could get the same effect from that. And so we did. And now both of us, that's how we read cards. We have a
Could you make a crystal finger?
little pointer. Oh my God, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yeah. We could look for one. So let's move it on into the early 1900s with the Society for Psychical Research. So very much similar to
Well, it's like Golden Dawn stuff, isn't it?
No.
Well, contemporary.
I don't know. Golden,
I know.
Golden Dawn's a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit more.
Let's not bring that in. Let's not talk about the Golden Dawn. Let's not bring Aleister Crowley into the room. So, so
we used to have Lieutenant Crowley. We used to sing a song. Lieutenant Crowley, would you like some rice pudding now?
Don't give anybody rice pudding.
That's what he likes.
Oh,
he always wanted to get rice pudding from the Peter Pank Diner.
Oh gosh. So similar groups began testing claims more systematically. I still don't feel from my research that they are up to snuff with the reporting format. So maybe I will break the seal on that one. I'll create a reporting format that will
get more accurate readings on things.
Well, I think I don't think it's so much as getting accurate readings, but getting accurate data so that they can look at the arc of proficiency and accuracy.
If the data was a Twinkie, would it be 35 feet long and weighing approximately 600 pounds?
Stop quoting Ghostbusters. So,
which actually, if a Twinkie was 35 feet long, it actually weighs something closer to 89,000 pounds.
How much did they think it weighed?
600 pounds. It's very
so light and fluffy.
Very light. It must be a Twinkie light.
So
I digress.
Yes, you digress.
I did that a lot. Society for Psychical Research. They tried to do some research into it, and what did they find?
But well, no, this is what I was saying that you all have seen them seal pictures and items in envelopes and have people try and guess what that is. We saw it in Ghostbusters. We also do that in controlled remote viewing. So again, I have studied controlled remote viewing with intuitivespecialist.com. That's Lori Williams' company. She's a fabulous teacher. And there's a digital process of putting pictures into a digital envelope. So they just have the hyperlinks and you use those as your coordinates. And then at the end of your remote view, you open it up. So very similar here. They were doing the same thing with objects, putting the objects in envelopes, putting the responses about the objects in the envelopes. So all kinds of cool stuff. So some case studies that we have, and I am not going to say that guy's name.
I'm going to try to.
Go ahead.
Gustav Pagenstacher.
Pagenstacher.
Another physician. It's always doctors. They're always doctors.
Well, why wouldn't they be?
I think they just give out doctorates to anybody in during that time. I don't think you needed to have any actual credentials. You just call yourself a doctor. I think your average barber at the time was a doctor, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was veins, bandages, and blood. That's what the blue, white, and red barber pole was about. Blue was the veins, bandages was the white, and the blood was the red. Sorry, Gregopedia just vomiting information.
So what about him? He reported consistent sensory-rich descriptions when handling sealed objects. Those are objects that are inside an item. And then we had Stefan Oswicki.
I don't know how Polish would pronounce that. What's an interword? Oh, it's between words.
We need a V. Oswicki.
What is W? I don't know.
It's a V.
Yeah, Oswicki.
So he was a famed interwar between the two wars, clairvoyant, and he was known for object reading. Some people call it psychic archaeology, which I think is a really cool term for it. They described some artifacts under test conditions. So these cases, the ones that Stefan had documented and worked through, shape the way that people think about psychometry today and how they test it. So
there was a weird movie in the 80s called Vibes.
Yes.
With Cyndi Lauper and Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Jeff Goldblum was a psychometrist.
Yes.
And it was really funny to some of the stuff that when they were testing him, he's like, I don't know what you want me to do here. And he like puts his hand on the table. He goes, somebody's had sex on this.
Yes, yes, I remember that. Hands up who loves Jeff Goldblum. I love Jeff Goldblum. I am a fan. So tell us about what happened during the mid to late century.
The public fascination with mixed results.
This is bringing us into our lifetimes, guys.
I'm reading. This is the first time I'm reading this. Sorry. So, yeah, we're really professional here. So, post-war labs focused more on telepathy and card guessing, but object readings never really vanished. And in Europe, chair tests and police tip anecdotes kept psychometry in the news. Police departments sometimes accepted tips. Outcomes were all over the map, and skeptics pointed to cueing, memory effects, and cold readings, which, while proponents argue that hits had exceeded chance, especially with some solid blinding.
So this will bring to memory seeing psychics on TV where they say, "Give me an object from the person," and they hand over a ring or a watch. A lot of people got a little bit careful about that because, as we all know, the nomadic gypsies, and I am calling them gypsies. I am calling them
that.
the Romani. The nomadic Romani. When they would travel around to the towns, if they did have a seer or a psychic or a what did they call them? Fortune teller. You didn't want to hand off any of your jewelry or anything like that because they usually had a little kid picking your pocket behind you.
Right.
Yeah, while you were focused on your wedding ring in her hand, the kid's ripping you off. Yeah.
Into the ether.
Well, that's just a simple thing. So, Thinner?
Yes.
Thinner was fantastic. I wanted Ella to watch it, but I forgot about the whole reason why all that happened. She was him in the car, and he wasn't paying attention to where he was driving. That's why he drove over the old lady. Yeah. So okay. You don't want to watch that with your daughter. No. Right? So let's go down here a little bit further. Sorry, guys. So again, psychic archaeology, token object reading. Don't confuse it with the psychological testing. Psychometry is what we do, but there are psychometrists that do something different. So let's get some questions from the chat because we do have a private event after this, and we are going to teach how to do this a little bit more. I want to see our goal. How is our goal doing? Are you looking for questions?
Yes, I'm looking for.
So, a Lakota soothsayer.
He said sooth.
Soothsayer. I love the word soothsayer. I really do.
Soothsayer.
Can always ask her now. So we're stuck at 2 super chats, but we don't have a lot of people in here. So that's all right. That is all. What's that?
Who's
Texas Kit Kat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Texas Kit Kat. We'd like to know more about that. What about the trunk? I know I've talked about it. Have you discussed it on here? The trunk that I brought in?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. So it goes along with the controlled remote viewing that we did with MC Ultra.
MC Ultra is a friend of ours,
and also the going back to the past life regression that I did. I saw Corey as my dog. Now the whole thing is that when you get into this really relaxed state when you do it, and then you just kind of like let the imagery or whatever just kind of flow out, and like for me, I've always been an artist, so I've always had a vivid imagination. So when I start talking about, so when she puts me into these states and I try to describe things, I feel like I'm just making it up as I go along. And she says, no, that's actually the psychic energy flowing through you, and making the imagery in your mind so you can describe it. Now, when I did the chest, this is before we did any control mode viewing. She just had to kind of do it blind, just like kind of just chill out, clear your mind, put your hand on it, and tell me what you feel. And I felt like, so my description was that I feel like it was in an attic somewhere in some house. When I left went around the house, I kind of did like a semi-control remote view, and I left the attic and I went downstairs. I saw like this like seafoam green shag carpet, and mirrored walls and like gold curtain rods and like blue, like baby blue curtains, but the thing is like I've been in that house like 1,000 times. Like it was like every house that you ever walked into when you were a kid is like what it looked like, because that's what people had in their houses. And so, was I channeling the past? Kind of. Oh yeah, I also had the pedestal ashtray.
Yeah, but we both saw the same thing.
But that's what was in the house, and so I was just describing like a typical house in like the 70s. Like
the only difference is that I saw the carpet and the drapes as the same color gold.
So like,
but we both saw the burned. It was if you guys are of an age, you know what it is. There was the scroll work in the carpet. It was like 2 different lengths of carpet, and there was that pattern in the carpet. And then we both saw the ashtray.
Yeah, but like, were we actually like channeling like the information from the object, or were we just kind of imagining what something was like in like the 1970s? Because that's where I figured it was at. So like it was a steam trunk, so why wouldn't it be in an attic? Like that's like, was I picking up really that it was something that was stored in the attic, or was I just kind of projecting what I know of where a steamer trunk would be in someone's house? And then Angus said it was someplace on the coast.
Yes, Angus saw the same gentleman that I did.
What?
Hi, Angus. We're on a live. You want to come over here? Hi. There's the boy. So, Angus, do you remember when?
Oh, you're just opening up an email that has my name on it, huh?
No, it's a box that says cosmetics and it has the name of the cologne on it.
But it's got my name on it. It's called mail theft.
It's a federal offense.
You're welcome.
Zephyr says,
say thank you.
Zephyr says hi.
So actually, yeah. Do you remember when we did the psychometry?
Yeah, come in a little bit.
Wait, hold on.
Chest. Yeah, on the steamer chest.
On the what chest?
Remember when she got the steamer chest, the big brown chest that's in the living room?
Oh, the thing that wasn't it haunted?
No, it wasn't haunted, but we all did. This show is about psychometry, and so lean back in. You're out of shot. This show's about psychometry, and that's the art of touching an object and revealing what has happened to it, or who it belonged to, or what purpose it served.
Did you remember doing that?
Do you remember doing that?
We did that down in the living room in this house.
You were little.
Yeah, you were probably, it was like when we first moved in the house, so you were probably about 8 years old.
What, touching the chest?
Yeah,
I don't remember
me asking you questions about it. No, you were too little.
He doesn't remember. He doesn't remember a lot. No. So, all right,
yeah.
We're good.
He's useless. Go touch the chest right now and come back and report.
Can I put on my long-term?
Go do what you gotta do.
You can.
I'll be back in a little.
Okay.
Go ahead. We're gonna be done in a little. So
Anyway.
all right.
So
So there.
that was useless.
Well, sometimes the experiments don't have to be in a controlled environment.
Yes.
Yes. So
Perfect example of how an experiment fails.
it does. So guys, does anybody have any questions here for us? We're cruising along here. We're going to be wrapping it up because we do have an off YouTube little class we're going to do. We got a couple of signups already. So if anybody else wants to come to that, there is
Yeah,
a
the
link
link.
there's a pinned link. You all can go see the pinned link in the YouTube video. You can go jump over on that. So I think we're gonna wrap it up, but I'm gonna give a few little bits of information here. Oh, wait, did you touch Strunk?
Yeah, it feels like he came from like Arkansas or something.
Arkansas.
Wow. Okay.
Arkansas. I didn't get Arkansas from it. I got like Philadelphia.
All right. Well, he got Arkansas. That's what he felt. What do you got?
All right.
All right. Great.
Anything else? Anything else?
Like, did you just like touch it and just all of a sudden like Arkansas? Like, is that what happened?
All right, wait. Yeah, so here, psychometry in action. Angus, tell me the story about the owner. Who was the owner? Just off the top of your head. Go, make it up. Go. Start doing it.
Make it up.
Yes, start doing it. That's how this works. Go ahead.
Probably some 40-year-old mom like you or something.
40-year-old mom.
Oh, 40-year-old like you. 40 years old.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right. Beat
Thank
it.
you.
So,
So let's do some psychometry right now. Well, this I believe belongs to the last king of Arnor, and it was actually a reforged blade made of elven design. And the real Flame of the West.
a ridiculous amount of swords in this house. So,
There's always one in arm's length.
there is. Oh, is that, wait, and then I have my knife over there. This stays on my desk all the time. Trolls be damned, but
That's when she does her blood ritual.
I do. So, begging for more subs. So,
Well, I never believe it's Annabelle, but John got offended. Offended. Offered.
I'm sorry, time for tea, but I gotta do something. I gotta do something. Time for tea. That is amazing. I hope that is a really, really good thing for you guys. I think that it is. Guys, time for tea took advantage of one of my sales. So I've got 20 for 20 that I think I'm going to do for like a day or two every month. So keep an eye out for that moving in the future. It's 20 minutes for $20. And also I have 3 every week. Pay what you can readings. Those are a half hour. So you can come and get some wild predictions.
Yeah, having a special this week on proton charging and storage of the beast, which only comes out to $1,000.
For Pete's sake. All right. So we're gonna count it down, guys. If anybody doesn't, if there are no questions, we are gonna wrap it up for today. No ghost session because we didn't hit our goal, but we may do a ghost session in the future. Maybe we can get some other ghosty people
today.
over here. Just not today, Mr. Potter. We're going to be loading up a truck in a little while, in about an hour's time. But if you want to continue the fun, you can come on over to the private event. I am going to open up the private event in just a minute. You can still book now, and maybe we'll see more people over there.
I hope so.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about some techniques to get yourself in the mindset, some techniques to
Like if anything, it's a way to just get your thoughts arranged. So like it's a good way to defrag your brain before you do something. So just if anything, it's just coming for that. Learn how to compartmentalize yourself to doing what you need to do to focus on something.
Yeah. Even if it's in another world. Ooh. So,
hey, look at that.
I got another one. Texas Kitty Cat. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are gaining speed. Maybe we should stick around. Oh no, Christine.
Oh, by the way, I don't think we acknowledged it. Apparently her grandson Riley is doing much better.
What, Christine's? How do you know that?
Yesterday's live. She said it, but then I think we kind of got kissed over.
Oh,
remember her grandson was going in for some kind of a.
that is wonderful. Is that correct? He's doing better.
He was having an issue with one of the medications, but he's out of the procedure.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, more sparkles and stardust heading over there. I'm
At
going to
least I
throw
hope
some
it was-
stars there.
hope it wasn't something bad.
There we go. Good looking stuff. Good, good, good. All right, kids. Well, I don't think they have any questions for us.
I guess not.
So, did you want to try some
I
of
guess
these?
we've been very thorough in our descriptions and definitions that there are no questions, that all information that could have gone out has gone out about this subject, and we are that thorough in our coverage of psychometry.
So, do you want to pick your favorite sign off? We're still working on our sign off, guys.
Sign off.
Yeah. So we got a few. We went through ChatGPT and we got a few.
Keep your salt handy and your mind open. Good
I like that one.
night. Mind the veil and charge your batteries. See you next time.
This is my favorite. Stay curious. Oh no, we can't say stay kind because
That's too much like AJ's.
yeah, it's too much like AJ's. But stay a little spooky. Stay curious. Stay a little spooky.
We'll see you between the worlds. I like that.
Between the worlds.
Yeah. Lights out, spirits calm, Supernat Sats signing off. Stay weird, stay wonderful, and watch the shadows.
I don't want to watch any shadows. I'm not.
Well, we don't have to watch the shadows. We can watch something else. Watch the light.
So protect your energy and your Wi-Fi till next Saturday.
From vibes to verification. Catch you on the other side.
See you on the other side,
I don't
right?
want to see anybody else. That means that we have died.
Sweet sleep, seekers. Doors closed, circle clear, double snaps, and a Z formation.
Two snaps, a circle, and a kick.
So,
Thanks for traveling to the thin places with us.
I am not thin. That is a fun thing to tell them, though. I started Wegovy this week on Tuesday, so I will be going to thin places. So feels like it's working already.
I say we sign off with the Ghostbusters. We're ready to believe you.
We can't.
I know we can't.
I'm sure it's copyrighted.
I'm sure it is.
So
we're working on our tagline.
We're working on our tagline. So we're gonna drop out now, guys. Stay spooky. Stay supernatural.
F you, you're cool. F you.
All right. We're out of here, kids. Thanks so much for hanging around.
Bye-bye.
As always, let us know in the chat what you would like to see in the future. We are just working out our rhythm here. So
We're trying different formats, seeing which one you guys would like better.
we want to see which one's the most natural
Yeah,
for us.
I think this was very natural.
I think this was fairly natural, except you didn't do your homework.
But that's the way I do it. I was trying to download it psychically, and it didn't work.
Kids,
So there.
you didn't even touch anything.
No, I didn't. So I was the control.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Mods, thank you for holding the door and keeping us safe from all the oogie boogies out there. We will see you next Saturday. You can't say.
Well, that would be in the future.
I know, but that's the tagline for the other
Okay, we'll
shows.
That's the same channel.
See you next Tuesday. See you next Wednesday, wasn't it?
See you next Super Nuts.
Ooh, we gotta work on that voice.
I need a jumbie. Well, no, I can't wear a turban. It's cultural appropriation. I have a turban, though.
I have a turban. You don't have a turban. All right, guys, we're out of here. See you later.